Hi again, everybody. Randy Habert here for SoCal Go Live. My guest today from the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, John Red Patterson, and he's a recent addition up with the Quakes, and he came up from the Great Lakes Loons. And how's it going so far, John?
It's going really good. Enjoying California, enjoying the weather, enjoying being up with the Quakes. So.
Now, the nickname Red, I mean, you must have answered this about 10,000 times by now, but we'll do it one more time.
Okay.
Who was the first one to give that to you, and how come it stuck so long?
It was a coach when I played basketball in third grade. There's 3 Johns on the team, and every time he called John, we would all come, running over there. And so one day it was like, okay, you're John, you're Jonathan, and I had some long red hair, so he's like, you'll be Red. And just stuck ever since then.
There you go. It made it real simple. Now, being new up here, you don't really know all the hitters and maybe how to go about attacking them. You really rely on your catcher a lot in terms of seeing guys that you haven't seen and knowing how to attack them.
Yeah, absolutely. I rely on a lot of the charts. We go over, probably about 20, 30 minutes before the game, each hitter that I'll be facing. And like I said, in-game, transitions and things that we have to do is all about the catcher, and I really do rely on him a lot.
Now, what do you consider your main task when you're a starting pitcher? Is it eating innings? Is it keeping your team in the game? Is it a little bit of everything?
It's a little bit of everything. You have to make sure that you give your team a chance to win, but you also don't want, to go out in the third inning, 0-0, and, because then your bullpen starts to wear thin, 3 or 4 games down the road. So really it's just keeping your team in the game, and making pitches and getting in and out of each inning, and stretching out as long as you can.
Now, 2011 has been pretty good for you so far. You were named to the All-Star team over in the Midwest League with the Great Lakes Loons, and how do you feel about that honor?
To be named All-Star in any league, I think is a big deal. To be one of the top guys in each league is something special, and it was an honor for me to go and represent the Great Lakes Loons and the Dodger organization.
Now, how much emphasis do the Dodgers put on hitting? I mean, they're a National League team. There's no DH. You got to spend a considerable amount of time in the cage, don't you?
I do. As pitchers, our fun is to get into the cages and actually swing it for once. Spring training, is really long. It's a lot of work, a lot of running, and we do get in the cages a lot. They do work with us. They let us bunt. I say hitting. We do bunt a lot. Yeah, we do get to swing a little bit.
I think sometimes pitchers really don't take it quite as seriously as they need to, because it seems like a lot of games come down to the pitcher being able to not necessarily get a hit, but sometimes just make contact, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does. We do goof off a lot when it comes to that. But, when you get into Double-A and stuff, it becomes a serious thing where, games can be won and lost. The difference between, first and second with 2 outs or second and third with 1 out. And, games can be won or lost, and just be able to move runners over, put the ball in play at a critical time is a huge deal.
Now, as a pitcher, if you could have just one talent, either velocity, location, or deception, what would you pick?
Ooh, I'd have to go with location. If you can locate your pitches, you can get away with a lot of things, velocity and deception.
It's amazing. The reason I'm laughing is that I've asked that question to maybe 100 guys, and I've yet to have anybody not pick location. And that's the truth.
It's an important thing. You can throw 80 miles an hour. If you can locate, you can get guys out, And, deception is from pitcher to pitcher. And, nowadays, anybody can hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Yeah. So really location's the biggest key. Yeah.
Now, the pitching coach here, what has he been working with you on? Anything in particular, or is he still trying to get to know your tendencies?
We're still trying to learn each other, but one of the biggest things is more the mental side, focusing, making each pitch and making it count, not just throwing it up there and without a purpose. And so that's really what we've been working on here.
Outstanding. Well, we want to wish you the best of luck here with the Quakes. We know you're going to do great things. And before you know it, you'll be up in Chevis Ravine getting people out for Don Mattingly. Thanks so much for the time, John.
Well, thank you.
All right. That was John Red Patterson here with the Cucamonga Quakes. And he's learning fast, learning about the hitters, and it looks like it's going to be a great season for him and the Quakes.